somehow they leaked the whole list of Pokemons. So pretty much we got the leak of everything that's going to be coming out from both sets. So we'll start off with the plant base. So we got Oddish here. It does 60 HP and it has Blot. It heals 10. This is pretty much as the little flower one from Mr. What was it? Gen X Apex? Yeah. Pretty much that. It just heals for 10. Then we got Gloom for 1 energy Razor Leaf. So you could probably run that with the Gen X Apex via Bloom. Since it is 1 energy. Does 30 damage. And now we got Evolve Form. Balisum? I can't say that. I'm probably butchering that. Balisum. There we go. For 2 energy, it does 80 damage, which is not bad. 80 damage is not bad. With a Giovanni, that's going to be, 90 damage for 2 energies? It's pretty good. You get, pretty much, you can get shows where you're getting a 10. You could get them from both packs. Tangela, though. 2 energy, 70 HP, it does 30 damage, which is not bad, and it comes out in the Dalgia pack. Tangrowth, for 4 energy, it does 90 damage and it heals 30. So it's pretty much like Venusaur, not non-EX. But instead of 90, it does, 80 damage and you heal 30? It's going to be like another healing type for Surf Viper if you want to run that. But really, I think it'll be better not. We'll see. Yanma, 1 energy does 20, 50 HP. Yamega EX though, 140 HP for 3 colorless energy. You do 120 slash, discard 1 random energy from this Pokemon, which is not bad because if you run it with Dialga, if you want to do a Dialga deck or Survivor, all you gotta do is just keep putting 1 energy and that's it really. But it's not bad for 120, and it's weak against electric. It's gonna be good, and you get that from the Dialga pack. Rosalie, Sting for 20, 70 HP, comes out both sets. Roserade, for 2 energy, it does 50 damage, and now your active Pokemon is poison. So 60 if you think about it. And it has 100 HP. We already know about Turtwig, but we don't know about these. So for 3 energy, it does Razor Leaf for 60, 900 HP, not bad. The big boy, Torterra, 160 HP. 4 energy, it does Frenzy Plant, 150. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Frenzy Plant. Ooh, but then again, it's a 150. You could pretty much one-shot it, and that's fine. It does have a high-cost retreat, though. That's going to be a big issue. But, not bad. Still 150. Kricketot, Bug Bite. 1 energy, 20 damage. Kricketune for 50 energy, 90 HP for 2 energy, does 50. Your active Pokemon is now confused. I don't know how confused work in this game. So I don't know the mechanics. I'm confused. Maybe your opponent has to flip a coin. If it's a head, it hurts itself. Who knows? Burma, 1 energy, tackle, 60 HP. Wormadam, 3 energies for 120, does 60 damage. Flip a coin if his head is tech, does 30 more damage. So it's gonna do 90 damage if you land heads. Tails 60, so it's not bad though. But 3 costs. Cumby, call for family. Put 1 random basic Pokemon from your deck to your bench. See, this is gonna be a good one. I think this is gonna replace Caterpie. If people are running just like a searcher, this is going to be come in handy. You can pretty much summon what you need to do. For 1 energy, it's not bad. Vesper Queen though, 70 damage, Pierce. It's kind of like pretty much a typical B Sharp and Beedrill in a way, but flat 70, not bad. Carnivine, 90 HP and has Flock. Flip a coin. If heads, his attack does 50 more damage. So 90 for 3 energy. Without it's 40. It's not bad. But it ain't great. There you go. Leafeon 90. We did see this one. Does 90 damage during next turn. This Pokemon can't attack. Makes sense. You could just retreat it and then bring it back. It is 1 energy. More Rotom. Energy card off. For 30 damage, flip a coin. With 2 energies, flip a coin of its head. Discard a random energy from your opponent's active one. I don't know how I feel about getting rid of people's energy. Shaman. During your turn, you may heal 10 damage from each of your Pokemon. Okay, see, that's not bad since it's a basic. You could pretty much play it and just heal. It's like a quicker Butterfree. Combine it with Butterfree. If you do run a Butterfree deck, there's like non-stop healing. And a flop does 2 energy, but you're mostly going to have it in the bench. Now we get to fires. I'm kind of disappointed they haven't made a good Magmar card. Let's be real. Magmar has been getting the shaft when it comes to Blaine deck. Like every Magmar's been bad, and now we got another one that's the same thing. Stroke. Take 1 fire energy from your energy zone and attach to this Pokemon. Okay, that's pretty bad. But then again, it builds up for this one. Magmotor. For 4 energy, it does 100 damage, and your active Pokemon is now Burn. Your active, and I think Burn is pretty much does 20 damage each turn, but they have to flip a coin, I believe. So if it's heads, it goes away. It tells they'll take the 20. Not bad though. 4 energy. Moltres Ramp. Slugma. For 1 energy, it did 20 damage. Searing Flare. For 2 energy, does 30 damage. Your active Pokemon is now Burn. So yeah, you're going to add Burn damage. So now we got Burn status and Confuse status. We already know Chimchar. Oh, I want Inferno. Fury for 1 energy as well. Does 30 damage. This one we did. So the leaks were true about this one. Flare Bits. 140, discard all fire energies from this Pokemon. Pretty much 2 energies. But if you play Moltres, not even Moltres, you pretty much going to have to sit in the back row. You have to evolve it because it is a stage 2. Summon it, hit 140, play Giovanni, go 150 something, and then just pretty much retreat it next turn to build up energy again since it is no retreat cost. So that's not bad. Heat Rotom. 2 energy, Fire Breath, does 30 plus, flip a coin of his attack does 30 more, so 60 damage. Not bad. And that's all the fires. Now we get to the waters. My favorite Pokemon, Ice type, Mamoswine. Swinub. It does 4 energy, Headbutt. Piloswine. Thick Fat. This Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attack from a fire or water, which is not bad. It does have a 3 energy cost for 60. Hammer in. I'll take that though. Mamoswine, my favorite ice Pokemon. Thick Fat is the same as that, but this time you do 30 instead of 20, you take 30. And then Frosty Flattening. 4 energies, does 120. But it has a high retreat cost, which is crazy. Ooh, we got Regice. Regice 110. Crystal Body prevents all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. 2 energy, 50 damage. Not bad. Not bad for a basic. We already know Piplup. Print up. 30 damage for 2 energy. One of my favorite Pokemons. That's one of the ones I always start out in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And Fernape as well whenever I want to start another game, but this is always my first choice. Aqua Jet does 80. This attack also does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Ooh, so not only are you going to do 80 to the active, you could damage their weaker ones. That's not bad. I like that. Buzzle, 1 energy for 20. Floatsy, Jet Screw for 1 energy still, 30 plus, flip a coin if it heads, it does an additional 30 more damage. That's not bad. 60 in total. Shallows, Mud Slap does 30 damage. Okay, that's not bad, but 2 energy is kind of risky. Gastrodon. Muddy Water does 60. This attack does 20 more damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So you could pretty much make a good sniping deck. You're already doing 30 with Empyrean. And then this one as well. It's like, ooh, 50 damage all this way. So we do have a copies of the ones from Mystical Island, Finneon. Elegant Swim does 10. Flip a coin of heads during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage from and effects from attack. That's not bad. It's kind of like a dig drill. And then we got another one of this one, Waterfall for 50, but this time it has a 1 energy recost. So there's a snipe. It's kind of the same as the Mythical Island. One of my other favorite ice Pokemons, Snover. Ice Shard does 10. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a fighting Pokemon, this does 30 more damage. Oh, so it does damage to fighting only. See, that's a gamble if it's a niche like that. Abominable Snow. For 4 energy, there's 120. So pretty much Misty or the new Mamphy. You could just ramp it up. Glaceon. Flip a coin of heads, your active Pokemon is now paralyzed. 60 for 2 energy is not bad. So we got a Paralyzer now. Wash Rotom. 1 energy does 30 damage. Frost Rotom. For 2 energy does Blizzard. For 30 attack, this attack does 10 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemons. So if they have 3, you're doing what, 60? Okay, that's not bad. We already know Palkia, already know this one already. There it is, Manphy. Oceanic Gift. Choose 2 of your bench Pokemon from each of those Pokemons. Take 1 energy from your energy zone and attach it to those ones. It says take water energy and then put it to your bench ones. So it's kind of like Dalgia, where Dalgia could put on colorless as well. This one's the same one. You can put on colorless as well. And I think this is going to be a staple in certain decks, especially Dragonite deck or a Druddigon, but mostly Dragonite. Since you always tend to get more of one of the energy, at least this one you could ramp it up faster by giving it 1 energy and then have already electric. You're pretty much good to go to get Dragonite quicker. Yeah, it's 50 health and it's going to get one-shotted if they have Giovanni. But if they don't, that's 2 turns you can give waters to 2 types. That's going to come in handy. So we're done with the waters. Let's go to electric. I don't know why I did that. So not that many electros. We got Magnemite, 10 for Ram. Nothing normal. Magneton for 200 does 50, but I'd rather go with the ramping one that builds up energy. Because Magnezone is going to come in and pretty much do 110, discard all energy. So pretty much you're just going to build it up to just one shot. I don't think no one's going to be using this one. But then again, there is a card that helps it, or certain Pokemon that might help it. We'll see. Voltorb as well. Big Explosion does 30 damage, but this Pokemon also does 10 damage to itself. Electroroll, rolling attack does 50, but now that this one it does have a retreat. The other one from Gen X Apex has no retreat cost. I think that one's more better. Electabuzz, take 1 energy from energy and attach. It's kind of like Magmar. But I think this one's going to be worth it though. Electrovive. For 2 energy, exciting voltage does 40 plus. If this Pokemon has 2 extra energies attached to it, it does 80 more. So that's 120 if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. I think. I could be wrong. My math might be off. That's not bad, especially with the card they have. Support. Shinx, hide, flip a coin of heads during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage from and effects for. So guys, kind of like the water one. Luxray. Luxio. 2 energy, 40 damage. Luxray now. One of my favorite electric ones from Diamond and Pearl. Bolt. Discard all energies from this Pokemon. This attack does 120 to one of your bench one. So you could weaken him and then just summon him and one shot it. And since it has no retreat cost, you could retreat it next turn. And then pretty much with the support they got, I think it's Volker, you could kind of build up energy again. We already seen this one already. Roll time regular, assault laser, plus 20. If your active Pokemon has a Pokemon tool, attach this to it and does 30 much. If your opponent's active Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached to this attack. Okay, yeah, so if they have an item that's like, does more damage. We already know Togepi. No, we don't know Togepi, right? We only know Togekiss. There's Togepi, 1 energy 20. Tectonic, 1 energy, Fairy Wind. Togekiss, already know this. For 2 energy, does Overdrive Smash 60 during your next turn. This Pokemon Smash does additional 60, so 120 next turn. That's crazy. Mischievous, for 1 energy, 20 damage. Mumble. Ooh. I can't say this one. Miss Magnus, there you go. For 140 EX. Magical Delusion. Does 70 damage. Your active Pokemon is now confused. I still don't know what confused those, but we'll figure that out. And then we have more different routes now. So routes, switch to the bench, 1 energy. Carly, 1 energy 20, slap. But it's colorless, so you could add fighting into it since, as his form. Dusknoir, 20, Will-O-Wisp. See, this should give burn damage on that. It is Will-O-Wisp, but yeah. Dusclop, for 3 energy, does 50, 90 HP. Dusknoir, for 130, Shadow Void. As often as you like during your turn, you may choose one of your Pokemon that has damage on it and move it all to this Pokemon. That is crazy. And for 3 energy, does 70 damage. But the whole point is you want to transfer damage to that. Drifloon, expand. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 20 from attack. So it just prevents us from getting one-shotted. Drifloon, for 2 energy, does 60 damage. Kind of disappointed in that one. Uxie, Mind Boost, for 20. Take 1 second energy from your energy zone and attach it to Mesprit or Azul. This one's going to be interesting. 70 HP, but it does 160 for 3 energy. But there's a requirement. You can only use this attack only if you have Uxie and Ezreal on your bench. Discard ONG after this Pokemon. So you gotta have these two in the back row. Ezreal, Psycho Arrow. This attack does 120 to one of your bench Pokemons or one of your opponent Pokemons. So it's kind of risky on that one, honestly. Giratina, 120. If this Pokemon has an energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. Ooh. Spook energy to 70, but it's kind of disappointing. It's like not an EX. Cresselia, we know that one. For 20 energy, does 50 and it heals for 20. I might make a healing psychic deck. Ooh, finally Rhydon gets some love. 2 energy, 40 attack, 3 recall tree. That's a hurdy. Rhyhorn, whack down, 3 energy, 70 damage. Rhyperion, Mountain Swing, 150. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Ooh. So how would it work if you don't have cards on top of your deck though? Would it not work? Before it retreat cards, that's crazy. I'll think about that one. Gallagher, 1 energy Pierce. Gillisaur, for 1 energy Acrobats plus 20, flip 2 coins. This does 20 more damage for each head. So if you have Lucario with the ability, that's going to be 40. So you're doing maybe 40, 80? Maybe? Well, it does 20 plus, flip 2 more coins, does 20 more damage. So yeah, 40, 40, so 80. Hit Molta, finally. 2 energy does 50 damage. Kind of disappointing, but at least you don't have to evolve it or anything. It's just on its own. Nose Pass, 2 energy, 30. These are cards that I don't think no one's going to be using as much. Regirock, though. This Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks. 4 energy, 100 attack. Boulder Crash. It's kind of weak. But it's fine. So we have another fossil now. Kratos. For 1 energy does 50 though. That's not bad though. Smack straight 50, but you need a fossil. Rampardos, yeah. 150 and it does 131 energy. If your opponent Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, this Pokemon also does 50 to itself, which is not bad. It's gonna be at 100. So it is a high risk, high reward, but you're doing 130. If you have Giovanni, 140. One more damn fighting type. For 3 energy does 70. Riolu, 1 energy does 20. And we already know what Lucario does. But Fighting Coach, attack used by fighting Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active one. And 40 for 2 energy. Hippopotos has 80 HP. For 3 energy does Rolling Tackle for 60. Power Down, 140, does 120. These all have like high retreat cost though. So it's more of a cautious to retreat. And then obviously Galady EX, 170, Energizing Blade for 2, plus 70, but pretty much like Alakazam in them. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy attacks to the Pokemon. So like Pidgeot EX and Alakazam. Now we get to the darks. Murkrow, Peck for 20. We already know what Honchkrow does. For 2 energy, does 50 to any of your opponent's Pokemons, bench or not. Sneasel, Double Scratch. Flip 2 coins, his attack does 20 damage for each heads. So pretty much each head is going to give it like 40 to 60 in total, which is not bad. And then obviously, this is the one I want to do. I've been thinking of decks to work with this. Scratchy Nails, 1 energy, 30 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, this attacks 40 more. I already have a good deck I want to try this with, which is involves Weezing, of course, typical. Poochyena, for 1 energy does 20. Mightyena, for 2 energy does 60 damage. Pretty basic. Stunky, for 1 energy does 10. Poison Gas, your active Poisonmon is now poison. 50 damage, 2 energies, which is not bad. You can use it in a poison deck that involves doing damage. Spiritomb, Swirling Disaster. This attack does 10 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemons. So 30? That's kind of disappointing. I would think it'll have more than that, but no EX either. Scorpy, one of my favorite Poison Dark Pokemons. Pierce does 30 for 2 energy. Drapion, 3 energy, cross poison 40 times. Flip 4 coins. This attack does 40 damage for each head, and at least 2 other of them are heads. Your opponent active is now poison. So then if you land 2 heads, they're going to be poison. That is not bad. 3 energies, that's kind of easy to build. One of my other favorite Poison Dark, Croagunk, Group Beatdown. Does 20 times flip a coin for each Pokemon you have in play. This attack does 20 damage for each heads. Flip a coin for each Pokemon you have in play. So that'll be only 1, right? Or is that counting bench as well? Because if it counts as bench, that's not bad. Toxicroak. Okay, so it's the same thing. 2 energy, 40 times this time though. I gotta know if that counts as bench, because if it is, that's not bad. You could pretty much do a lot of damage, especially with Giovanni. Dark Ray, Dark Void does 60. Your opponent's active is now asleep. And Darkrai EX. Nightmare Era. Whenever you attach a dark energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, it does 20 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Imagine poisoning them. Retrieve Wakuga for your Weezing. You do 80. You play Dark Energy right there. It does 20. You're doing 80. That's 100 already. And even if they don't survive, they take another 10 damage from the poison afterwards. Or you could do is poison, attack, they take damage, then retrieve a Koga, and then do that. That's not bad. And then we're done with the darks. Now we go to Steel. Finally, Steel's getting some love. Skarmory, Metal Arms, 20 plus. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon 2 attached to it, it does 30 more. So 50 if it has a so Rocky Helmet and stuff like that. We'll get to that. Registeel, 3 energy, Metal Claw does 90. Showdown, another fossil for 2 energy does 50. Blastodon, Guarded Grill. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by an attack, flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon takes 100 damage from this attack. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attack, flip a coin. If it has this Pokemon, oh damn, that's gonna suck. And then Headbutt does 80. These have high retreat cost though. Alright, Warmer Dam Steel, Iron Head does 50 plus. If you flip a coin till you get tails, this does 30 more for each head. Oh my goodness. Just play Dialga. Put 1 energy on two energies on this one. 50 plus 30 for each heads. That's a gamble deck. I'm ready to think of some gambling type decks that involves flipping coins. Bronzor, for 2 energy does 30. Bronzarg, 3 energy, press guard does 60. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 20. There it is. Protopass 130. Triple Nose 30 plus. Flip 3 coins. Attack does 50 more damage for each head. A lot of coin flipping. Then we know what Dogreal does. This is gonna be like a staple on most decks. Heatran. I'm surprised it's not fired still. Steel Tackle 110. This Pokemon does also 20 damage to itself. Kind of like Arcanine, but 110. And then obviously we have Gibble for 1 energy. Gilbite. So it's a water fighting. And it does 60 damage for 2 energy. Gurnchomp, 140. Reckless Shearing. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. So pretty much to use that ability, you gotta discard a card to draw a card. Not bad. And then Dragon Claw does 100. And it's a weaker one, but obviously with Cynthia, 150. Now we got another Lickitung. 3 energy, 50 damage. Licky EX, 160. 100 plus. Flip a coin until you get tails. This Pokemon does 40. Dog, come on. That's just dirty. So it's pretty much like a regular Ninetales where you have to build up energy and then flip coins. It's another gambling. That's crazy. And with Doggy, you could just do it like nothing. We already know about the EV. How many EVs can we get in this game already? We have too many different type of EVs. Quick Attack, it does 20 if you flip heads. Porygon, 1 energy, 1 beam for 20 damage. Porygon 2, 1 energy, Sharpen for 30. Now this one's going to be a very annoying troll card. I can feel that. Buggy Beam. You evolve it. It's a stage 2, but you evolve it off the Porygon 2. Buggy Beam for 80 damage. Change the type of the next energy that will be generated from your opponent to one of the following at the random. So if you're fighting someone that has a fire deck and they need that 1 fire energy to go off, You attack, you swap it to a water energy or something that's gonna screw them over that they need, and you can pretty much troll them. That is crazy. Apom, 1 energy, 20 attack. Apom, double hit, 40 times. So 2 coins attack does 40 damage for each heads, which is not bad. 1 energy is not bad. It's like Kangaskhan, it's a gamble. Starly, pluck, 20. Before doing damage, discard all Pokemon tools from your opponent's active. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Starvaria, 2 energy, wing attack for 40. One of my favorite bird Pokemons, along with Talonflame, is Staraptor. He's one of my favorite bird Pokemons. Clutch for 80. Your active Pokemon next turn, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat, which is not bad, but I mean, with energies you can build it up quicker. Bidoof, Super Fang, half your opponent's active Pokemon remain HP rundown. So pretty much after like 100, you run it down to 50, which is not bad. Barbaro, rolling tackle to 60. I think people would just run Bidoof just to do half damage. Bunnery, 1 energy, 10 damage. Lopunny, high jump kick. This attack also does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, which is not bad. It's a shame it's 1 energy, or I mean it's a normal one. It could have been a fighting. Lucario would have benefited from that. Glameow, pose, flip a coin. If it tells its attack does nothing, so it's a gamble. Perugly, 3 energy, interrupt the 60. Your opponent reveals their cards. Choose a card from there and shuffle it to your opponent's deck. So you get to pick and choose. Okay, that's not bad. Chatot, Fury attack does 3 coins. Attack does 20 for each heads. I prefer the other one, like the shuffling mulligan. Fan Rotom, 2 energy, spin storm. Flip a coin if heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon into their hand. Ooh. Imagine they building the energy on the one Pokemon, like a Charizard and all that, and you summon, or Mewtwo, or any of them, and you summon that, flip heads, and send it back to their hand. Dude, that's gonna be good. Regigigas, for 4 energy, ranging hammer does 50 plus. This attack does more damage equal to the damage this Pokemon has on it. Okay, that's not bad. And I think that's all the Pokemon. Now we go to the items. Skull Fossil, we already know these ones. So you need a Skull Fossil, so we're getting Skull Fossil. Armor Dome. But we got new items to work with. So let's check out the new items. Pokemon Communication. Choose a random Pokemon in your hand and switch it with a random Pokemon in your deck. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And then Pokemon Tools, Giant Cape. The Pokemon this card is attached to gets 20 more HP. So you can make a tanky one as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. Rocky Helmet. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot, the damage by attack from your opponent does 20 more damage to it. So pretty much if you equip that with Druddigon, that's 40 damage you're taking. That's gonna be deadly. Loomberry, another Pokemon tool. At the end of each turn, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is affected by a special condition, it recovers from all of them and discard this card. So pretty much poison, sleep, and then paralyze, any of those, it's going to go away. This one's going to be the one that's going to replace Sabrina, and that is Cyrus. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage. Switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage on it onto the active spot. So if they try to retreat to survive, bring it back and just win the game. Team Galactus Grunts. Put one random Gillum, Stunky, or Classical from your deck to your hand, which is not bad, but it's a support, so if you can't draw, you can just do that. Cynthia, already know Cynthia. During this turn, The attack used by Gurnchop or Togekiss does 50 damage to your opponent's active one. So even if you do Togekiss and you come back to 120 next turn, you equip that, you're doing 170. That's gonna one-shot anything. Volkner, choose one of your Electrivab or Luxray, attach 2 energies from your discard pile to that. So discard pile is like a graveyard for energy. Like let's say Raichu wastes all the ability to discard all electric when attack. You could bring that from those discard and add it to that Pokemon that's there, which kind of balances what it's going to be. Dawn, move 1 energy from your bench Pokemon to your active. Pretty much Vaporeon, but it's a support. You gotta really be cautious when to use that. Mars. Taking forever to load. There you go. Mars. Your opponent shuffles their hand into the deck and draws a card for each of the remaining points needed to win. Your opponent shuffles their hand into the deck and draws a card for each of the remaining points needed to win. I don't get that one. Your opponent shuffles their hand into the deck and draw a card. Number of cards for each of the remaining points needed to win. Would that be like 3? Yeah, right? So you're drawing 3 cards. I'm processing it. My brain is like processing. And then all this is actually just artwork. So we got different types of artwork coming in as well. So now you know what artwork we're going to be getting. Which is not bad. That thing... Oh... Toxicroak one. I kind of want that one. Spiritome's not bad. There's some good looking arts. Okay. Alright. But yeah, what are you guys kind of excited for? For me, personally, I like dark decks. And I really want to make a dark one, but I like fighting too. So there's some fighting I want to mix with. Depends. Maybe just Lucario will be the only fighting I kind of want. But for dark, Croaknote, Toxicroak, Scorpio, Drapion, Weavile, I have a lot of dark decks I want to make already. But yeah, so far this is what we're going to be getting on the 29th or the 30th when the new packs come out. So yeah, I'm kind of excited for it. This is it's like a Overlord Rider Raid, same piece.